Dr. Emma Gray, and I'm the lead clinical psychologist at the British CBT and Counselling Service. And in this video, I'm going to explain how you know if you need bereavement counselling. Okay, so the process of grief is a natural and necessary process that we all must move through when we lose someone in order to move forward with our lives. However, it is painful beyond words, and it makes us realise how fragile life is, how vulnerable we are, and it can make life feel really quite meaningless. Everybody needs support during this time, but sometimes we need more support than our friends and family can give us. Now, as I said, grieving is a process that we all must move through, but sometimes we get stuck. So I'm going to explain what the process is so you can start to work out if you're stuck. The process has five stages, but these stages aren't stops along a road that you walk straight down in one direction. The path that we take is often quite meandering, with us having to revisit stages that we might have already moved through. The first stage is denial, and this is always the first thing or first stage that we experience. It's a kind of a survival. We feel numb. We only allow in as much as we can handle at that point. As the denial starts to fade, this is a sign that you're getting stronger, that you're beginning to heal. Now, often, but not always, the next stage is anger. And there's a reason for this. We are most used to handling anger. So that's why it's often the first thing we feel. There's lots of other emotions underneath of that anger, but it's more often than not at the top. Anger also makes us feel more in control because we can take our anger and direct it at somebody or something. So you might find yourself feeling very angry with a doctor who you feel hasn't given the right advice or treatment, or an individual who didn't attend the funeral. And often the intensity of anger reflects the intensity of love that we feel for the person that has died. The next stage, or another stage in this process, is bargaining. And this is a way for us to stay in the past. So we'll find ourselves thinking about how we could have done things differently. We could have prevented the accident. We could have recognised the illness more quickly. We might be thinking about things we should have said maybe to the person who had died that would make our experience and their experience different. The next stage, or another stage, is depression. And this is where we are moving into the present. And we feel very sad. And the reason for this is because when we grieve, we have to work out how we're going to live our lives without the person that we loved in it. And to do that, we need to draw our attention inwards. We need to take that time to work out how we're going to live without them. So we almost, I suppose, block out other influences so that we can focus on that one important task. The final stage is acceptance. Now, this isn't to say that you feel okay with the loss of that person that you love. You will never feel okay about that, but you will find a way to live. And in this stage, you will begin to reconnect with life. You will begin to move forward, to grow and evolve. You will start to find some purpose, some meaning in life, some hope for the future. Okay, so now I'm going to look at signs that you may be stuck somewhere in this process. So think about these questions. Does your grief feel as painful as it ever did? Do you feel frequently or constantly hopeless about the future? Are you finding it difficult to meet your daily responsibilities? Are you often feeling very anxious or very depressed? Are you withdrawing or have you withdrawn from life and from other people? Do you feel very alone with your grief? Are you maybe starting to notice some pressure from other people to move on? Now, if you find yourself answering yes to one or more of these questions, it's quite likely that you would benefit from some bereavement counselling. Now, in the next video, I'm going to look at 5 ways to help you to deal with grief and loss. But in the meantime, on this channel, there's lots of videos about mental health, emotional, psychological problems, behavioural problems. So if that's something that you're interested, please subscribe, and I will see you soon.